How's everybody doing? Okay, today we are going to start the Venus and Mars combination. Thank you for your donations at my PayPal. That means the people's astrology. Thank you very much. We are going to proceed. We're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do the generic on YouTube, and then I'm gonna go into the specifics when we do super chat tonight at 7 o'clock. I haven't heard from Mrs. Green, and I don't think I will hear from her at 4 either. So we're pushing everything to 7 p.m. tonight. Super chat. So wait for me at super chat where I go into specifics. Okay. We are going to discuss today Mars. Mars and Venus in Aries. Okay? But before I do that, I gotta discuss with you the position of Aries in your as a principle. Okay? Because this is how we're gonna do this. Now, okay, here we go. Understand that you gotta know two things. You gotta know what the sign Aries means as an energy. And this energy, remember we learned in high school that energy cannot be created or destroyed. Remember that? We learned that in high school chemistry, right? Well, think of energy in this way. Aries represents the vital force of nature. The vital force. Think of the word vital for a second. For example, let's break the word vital force down. Okay? Let's break down the word so you can understand where I'm coming from, okay? Now, oh, of course, I have a blue raspberry martini. Delicious. Better than what I had this morning when I was doing the signs of the zodiac this morning on Instagram. It's infused vodka. Very good. Delicious. Delicious. So, here, let me break to you what the vital force of Mars really symbolizes, what it really means. Now that we're going into specifics, I apologize for not being prepared because I was too busy. Okay, here's the file. You know, Virgo, I always keep files and stuff. Here's the file that we're working on all night to get this done. But let me explain to you. Let me take a sheet out here and explain to you how everything is in the language. It's in the language. Okay. Vital, right? Vital. Vital force. Okay? I don't know if you can see that. Okay, vital. Vital. Vita means life. That's where we get the word vitamins. Vitamin B12, B6, folic acid, pantothenic acid. Okay? This is where we get the word vitamins. Vita. It means life. So when you take vitamins, you are putting Aries into your body. Vita, life. And that's how we get the word vital. Vital force. So Aries represents the vital force. But the vital force of what? Well, Let's look at where we can find this in nature. What is the vital force of our solar system? What gives life to our solar system? What is the engine of our solar system? The sun, that ball of fire which gives energy and light, is what illuminates and keeps together the balance of our solar system. This vital force, as above, so below. So that same vital force that our sun reflects and represents is also within each and every one of us. And this is determined and governed by the sign of Aries. The vital force in the human body is in the blood. It's in the bone marrow, which is why the blood is red. Because and why the color for Mars and Aries is red, which is why I wear red. And my tassel, Aries, that I have on my waist, that the Vaticans and the bishops and the cardinals wear. You know, they wear red and they wear the tassel. That means something, folks. Okay, so this is the vital force of the body, and it's also the resident of the ego, because the ego is in the blood. The Bible talks about this, and the occultist too. It's a deep, deep mystery. Okay, so understand that this is the vital force. Okay, it is the engine. Now, Aries, that's the energy. This same energy is found in Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. It's the same energy. Remember, it cannot be created or destroyed. So this same energy that begins with a bam in Aries morphs when it goes into Taurus and Gemini and Cancer. And of course, when we have this energy moving in fire signs, it's a different modality than when it moves in water signs, and a different modality when it moves in air signs, and a different modality when it moves in earth. So Mars in Aries is the big bang, or bang bang bang, someone shooting bang bang bang, or someone fucking having sex and ejaculating, orgasm explosion. Both a woman when she, squirts, or a man when he ejaculates. That is the energy and thrust of Mars and the sign of Aries. It's a lot of energy. A lot of energy. Mars is the planet of sexuality. Not sensuality, but sexuality. Let's go into specifics. When a man goes to a prostitute, there are many reasons why men go to prostitutes. Many reasons. But let me mention this one example. A man may want to fuck. And that's a tough term. It's a rough term. He might fuck a prostitute, but make love to his wife. Even in gay sex, there are men that say, well, I fuck men, but I make love to women. And that's how they excuse themselves of not being gay or bisexual. The point is that with Mars in Aries, it's all about the fucking. Hitting it and quitting it. The flip side of this type of energy is that there's no affection. There's no tenderness. There's no kindness. There's no gentility. A man may be selfish sexually and just use the woman's body so he can bust a nut. But what about the woman's desires? What about the woman's needs? For a woman to reach orgasm, it's a different psychological process than a man reaching orgasm. Many men don't understand how the vagina works. For a woman to gain orgasm, it has to be an accumulation of tension in the vagina or in the pelvic girdle, including the vagina and the clitoris, or sometimes separately. If the man breaks the rhythm when he's doing his business for a minute or change positions, like because he thinks that having sex is like in the pornos, then the tension dies down and the woman cannot gain orgasm. A man has to rub his penis, either jerking it off or with a flashlight or inside a woman's vagina. And until he does that a couple of times, it's only when the semen and so on begins to build up for the big orgasmic explosion. In the female body, that's not that much different. It's the same way for the female body. The problem is, well, it's like a man. If a man stops jerking off, well, if he stops jerking off, the dick is still hard, and if he touches it, it'll squirt out, right? Or if he moves inside of her, he can just come. It's not the same way with a woman's body. If the tension is broken, she's not going to achieve orgasm. It's going to dwindle back all the way, and then it has to build up all over again. And this can frustrate a woman, right? So understand that Mars in Aries is thrusting, forceful sex, and even if it isn't, there is something of a selfish nature in the Mars in Aries expression of human sexuality. Okay? And we see this as a difference depending on the what kind of sign, what kind of element Aries is in or Mars is in. So understand that when you have both Venus, and I'm going to go into Venus for a minute, but when we go into Venus and Mars and discussing it in fire signs, we are dealing with fiery love, fiery infatuation, because with Mars in Aries, we're not talking about love at first sight. That's not what determines love at first sight. That's more Venus. But in Aries, yo, he might see a nice skirt. With Mars in Aries, you are a womanizer. You can't keep your eyes on your socket. They're always looking. The dick is always hard in their pants. It's insatiable energy. But it's energy that bursts forward and then it dies down. So we are talking about a fiery romance or a fiery infatuation. Infatuation. Ooh, 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 infatuation. Remember that song from 1980? Again, the 80s. Oh, God. All these songs that came out. Okay? It's romantic fire. It's fiery desire. It is insatiable lust. Okay? With Mars in Aries, you can fuck 24/7, 25 without a rest. You can burn the candle at both ends of the wick. And with Mars in Aries, it is the fiery, fiery passion of the moment. It's all about the moment with Aries. There have to be other elements in the birth chart of that individual with Mars in Aries to nullify that energy, to quell that energy, and to manage that energy. This type of energy is at its worst when the person is below age 30. Below age 30. Fiery, fiery, foolhardy. This is the type of person when you're younger, and it happens when you're older too. But when you're younger, this is the type of energy that can get you a venereal disease or HIV because you don't put a condom because you're so excited that you can't put a condom on because you just want to fuck. And if you put on a condom, you might be too excited that the condom might not fit or it might break on the woman and the semen spills out anywhere out of the. This is the ferocity of passion bestowed with Mars in Aries. So, In a situation with Mars and Aries, you throw yourself. You throw yourself. Again, like my Venus is in Leo, okay, and my Mars is in Sagittarius. So that's why I'm so fiery, because I have both love planets in fire signs. So for those of you who say I'm so energetic, this is why. My Mars is in Sag, the Don Juan, and my Venus is in Leo, the narcissist. That double whammy. Pray for me. You readily throw yourself into the burning passion of the moment. You become spontaneous, both romantically and sexually. You'll be like walking down the street. Oh, the lighting is making me sweat. And it's like over 90 degrees in New York City. It's making my makeup, no. Yeah, I do wear makeup. And it's making myself like, ugh. Okay, understand that with this kind of a passion and hungry abandon, I love you, and you samurai kill yourself. This is it's expressive, it's theatrical. Mars in Aries is whoo. I need to take another talk of a drink. I need to. Okay, understand that here's the thing. With Mars and Aries, you gotta be direct. Yo, baby, what you like? You like it in the ass? You like it in the pussy? You like it doggy style? Should I eat you out first? What? Now, Aries wants to know, and he wants total honesty in the bedroom. Otherwise, you're gonna have a problem with the man with Mars and Aries. He'll go to another bitch that's more straightforward at what she wants. Now, understand that this is kind of like a paradox, because the Mars in Aries man doesn't want to be directed and told what to do in the bedroom. He's a master. He knows what to do. But he wants the response of the woman to say hey or nay and direct him. He won't say that openly, but he's expecting her to direct the show. So this can be sort of a quandary where he values directness, but you cannot tell him how to act either, or how to use his dick, right? The same thing when we're dealing with a woman with Mars in Aries. Understand that the woman's penis is her clitoris. That's the woman's penis. And the man's vagina is his rectum, or that point between the scrotum and the anus. That in between, what they call the G-spot. A woman has, a man has that too. Okay, let's go into it now. Okay, so this is why the ego is bisexual in nature. And this is an occult mystery. Because the energy of Mars expresses itself both in a man and in a woman in the same fiery passion as the burning planet and sun itself. As above, so below. So understand that in order to relate to someone with Mars in Aries, first of all, you have to like sex. If you're with a man that has Mars in Aries, you have to like sex and be ready for the sex at any time he wants it. The same thing with the Mars in Aries female. She can be just as much a man with a manly sex drive, hungry for men. But the problem with the woman with the Mars in Aries is that in our culture and in our patriarchal society, this type of aggression and forwardness in sex is not valued or respected in a woman. And that's fucked up. Thank God we're moving away from the Piscean age where we were taught upside down shit. And a woman can own and value her own sexuality and ride the man and not be in the missionary position where she just opens her leg and the man does what he wants. You know? Sexuality with everything else on our planet evolves over time. And the more we know, the more we evolve. So a woman with Mars in Aries she's going to have a difficult situation with men. This is where it gets a little bit fucked up and kind of like unfair. The woman with Mars in Aries, her sex drive and her burning desires and secret passions are no different. No different. No different than that of the man. No different. The problem is that a woman is not allowed to express it openly like that. I know women with Mars and Aries that will sit in the bar. Now remember, because I'm bisexual, women are very comfortable around me. Not so much the men, but the women. So the women, they take their hats off. And sometimes they forget that I'm the only man in the room. That could be easy. So I just sit back and I observe these women. And I watch them look at men's asses, look at men's crotches. And women tell me, oh, when I like a nigga and he's hot, my pussy gets hard. And I'm like, what? Now, I'm 51 years old. 51. Do you know when I found out about that? And I've been having sex. I found that shit out when I was fucking 35. I had no idea that a woman's vagina gets hard when she's aroused. No idea. Now I understand that when a woman there were times where I've had sex and I couldn't get in. The woman, the vagina clamps up and closes. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I had no idea that she was so attracted that the pussy clamps. See, there's so many things about the woman's body that men have no clue. And we're not taught this in academia. It's trial and error, and that's how we have to figure it out. But a woman could be very nervous too, and the vagina can clamp and close. But part of that is also the attraction. That's something that as men we would never have figured that out. So there's a lot that's very similar. Just like a man's dick gets hard, a woman's pussy gets hard too. If men understood these dynamics, I think we treat women better. Our performances in the bedroom with women will be better understood, much more control. It'll be less mysterious. Cause let me tell you something. This is something that you women don't know about us guys. When we are in the bedroom with you in the bed, we are terrified. Because every woman is different and every woman's desires and sexual needs are different. And because we're not taught this in school, we have to throw ourselves in the bedroom hoping for the best. Even though we may be big or some or whatever, when we're good, it depends all on the woman. It depends all on the woman. That makes us vulnerable. The woman usually has all the secrets of nature right within her. But when I was with these women in a group, oh my God, I felt so objectified. I felt like a piece of meat. Just like women feel like a piece of meat when men go, when women get embarrassed, like men I was like, oh my God, I closed my leg, I was like, oh my God. Mars and Aries like live music, fast music, upbeat music where you can move, cha-cha-cha, salsa, fast music, fast, speed. This is the cardinality of Mars and Aries. I love it. Of course, this fiery energy where the man just, in the movies, you see it. The man rips his shirt open. Kill me. I love you. And I'm like, oh God. It's like such nobility, such honor. Okay. This is the fiery nature of Mars in Aries. Okay. This is the fiery nature of Mars in Aries. Questions? Oh, goodness. Understand that with this type of energy, as a man, you're gonna get all the pussy you want. As a woman with Mars in Aries, she's bound to run into a problem. She cannot express herself easily like she may want to. Sexually, she'll have to hold back and maybe masturbate herself and enjoy her pleasures privately. because our culture will not allow women to enjoy sexuality the way we men do. And we're done with part one.